So David, you're married and you've got a learning disability. I'll speak to you about that in a minute. But how did you get to know that your partner?
Well, I got to know Ashley through friends. Because I was actually on a night out with friends, and Ashley was out on the same night out. And I couldn't, to be fair, I couldn't keep my eyes off Ashley that entire night. But that didn't really do anything at first. Left it for a few months, and then I found her on Facebook and started talking to her through Facebook, and then a few months later, we started going out.
And did it help your confidence?
I think that if it wasn't for, again, I've said that numerous occasions on different things, if it wasn't for work, my confidence, I wouldn't have had the confidence to even go out a night out. Because I've always been go to work and go back home again. Where it got to the point where I'm so confident that I can go out a night out and not worry about anything.
Yeah. And how did that make you feel by meeting Ashley?
For the first date, for the first actual date, it was actually nerve-wracking. But now it's just another day. If we go out for a meal or if we go out for a night out, it's just another night out. It doesn't feel any different from having a night in the house.
Now, I know that you've got a learning disability, David, and Ashley's got a learning disability, but it doesn't stop you in any way by having a kind of like relationship.
It doesn't stop us having any sort of emotional, loving, or even a sexual relationship. We still do what any other couple does.
And how many years have you been together with Ashley before you get married?
Well, we've been together in total nearly 8 years, but we'll be married nearly 4. We're married nearly 4.
And so before you met Ashley and stuff like that years ago when you were at school, did you go to a disability school or a mainstream school?
Well, primary school wise, I ended up in a mainstream primary, but I had a special needs unit. But we were put together with the mainstream kids as well for all of our classes, and we were using the same playground, and we were using the same dinner hall at the same time. But as for secondary school, it was a special needs school.
And in the secondary school, David, did you have a class on relationships?
We did have like a sex education class, but I didn't feel it was all. When we did have that, was some of that was just knowing how to be safe and how to treat each other if you're in a relationship. And
yes.
Sorry, Michael.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, so they learn you a lot about it. Then they just learn you how to, keep safe.
If I'm going to be honest, I don't feel I didn't feel I got hundreds out of it. Because there was times that I was like, asking my mum or I was asking a family member about stuff, and it was just like, I felt as if I got more out of asking family rather than in class.
Why do you think that you didn't get? Why didn't the school didn't give you the same education as any other in a kind of mainstream school? Why do you think like that was a big issue?
I think that one would be because a special needs school and it's trying to protect people from harm and whatnot. But again, on the other hand, when I, in my when I was in the education class, some of the students that are in the class were actually like boisterous and they were just an absolute nuisance. They were playing the big I am as well.
Hmm. So what do you think have to change now, Derek, in schools about relationships and about because people with learning disabilities, a bit like me and you, has feelings as well.
Yeah, I think what needs to change is just the fact that it doesn't matter if if you've got a disability or not. We all need to still learn, and on top of that, make mistakes as well because we're all human.